Anishe flower. Once upon a time in a Sumi village there lived a little girl named Nish. She belonged to a rich family. In the same village there lived a boy named Po, who was poor. When they were little children, they would often meet up to play together. But as they grew older, they fell deeply in love with each other. They could not tell anyone about their feelings because they knew their parents would not approve of their relationship. Po often thought to himself, "Though Nish and I love each other and I want to ask for Nish's hand in marriage, I am from a poor family, so her parents would never approve of our marriage." He could not share his grief with anybody. What he feared would surely come true one day, and he lived in constant fear of Nish's parents rejecting his proposal. One night, when they secretly met, Po came up with a plan. Determined to keep their love alive, he said, "Tonight, when everyone is asleep, I will come and gently knock at your bedroom door. Will you get your things and be willing to follow me wherever I go?" Nish excitedly replied, "Yes, yes." Po then told her, "All right then, gather all your important things and get everything ready before you sleep tonight." Saying that, he left. Little did they know that a sneaky old man named Guda was listening to their conversation. Guda was a wicked man who enjoyed doing bad things. That night, he dressed like Po and went to Nish's door. He tapped on the door just as Po was supposed to. Thinking it was her lover, Nish gathered all her belongings and happily stepped outside. Guda did not utter a single word, took hold of her hand and pulled her along in a hurried manner. She followed him up and down the hills, believing he was Po. They traveled a long distance and Nish grew tired. Thinking it was Po, she said, "Let us make a small bonfire. We will warm ourselves and continue on our journey." But Guda did not want to stop until they had crossed the village border, so he simply replied, "Wait," and carried on walking. Nish became suspicious because he did not sound like Po and started to feel uneasy, but she continued following him. When morning came and the sun shone brightly, Nish realized with horror that it was not Po but Guda she had been following all along. Guda pulled Nish close and tried to convince her. "Marry me," he said, "I will keep you very happy." But Nish only loved Po and refused his proposal. Surprised and terrified, she started crying uncontrollably. Guda tried his best to console her, but when he failed, he grew angry. In his rage, he tied her to a tree and, without mercy, killed her with a knife before heading back to the village. Nish's blood fell onto the ground surrounding the tree. But something miraculous happened. A beautiful flower grew from her blood, becoming a symbol of her tragic love story. One day, Po was out hunting with his village mates. While chasing wild animals, he arrived at the very tree where Nish had been killed. It suddenly started raining heavily, so Po and his friends took shelter under the tree. To their amazement, the flower that had grown from Nish's blood only protected Po from the rain. His friends tried to stand where Po was, but the plant sheltered only him. When the storm stopped, Po stood under the tree, wondering why the plant had protected only him. He took his spear, cut a small portion of the flower, and tucked it behind his ear. That night, as he slept, he dreamed of Nish. She appeared to him and said, "Because of Guda, we could not be together. Even when there were many of you, I sheltered only you from the rain. Why did you hurt me? Check behind your ear and your spear." The next morning, Po woke up in shock. When he checked his spear and his ear, he saw that they were covered in blood. He realized that the plant that had protected him was Nish. Po felt an overwhelming sorrow upon learning the truth. Heartbroken, he grieved, saying, "Oh my love Nish, even after death, you still think about me." Not long after, Po became consumed with sadness. Unable to bear the pain, he passed away. The The flower that bloomed from Nisha's blood came to be known as the Anishe flower, forever remembered as a symbol of their tragic love. Even today, this special flower can be found in the forests of the Sumi regions. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to discover more enchanting tales and rich traditions from the comfort of your home.